And we're live. Good morning, peeps. How are you? And what's in your cup of coffee? Or what's in your cup? Is it coffee? This morning I'm drinking tea, and it's not even herbal tea. It's Thai food tea, something I first had when I was in Hong Kong, when was that? 40, 45, 50 years ago almost, right? Mm. So sometimes it's the simplest things that are that I find the most joy in. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to invite you guys here uh, to the 10-minute coffee break, is because when I look back at my life, what I think of in terms of some of my fondest memories is my grandma and my grandpa sitting at a table drinking coffee, or my aunt and my uncle sitting around a coffee table or a kitchen table and drinking coffee. uh, some women coming over and talking to my grandma and having a cup of coffee. And it's probably why I really prefer these kind of throwback coffee mugs, is because it reminds me of that era. And I guess I should probably get a link, start doing my linky stuff below, as I, take step by step into this whole process of creating a YouTube channel, creating rejuvenating my social media, and reconnecting. I still haven't looked at my blog yet, so some things take a little bit longer. But what I have done this week is I've found more files that I did long ago for that old Chicory Chicks project, which is what you're seeing as the thumbnails for all the videos right now. And I found like 100 more of them, so we're set. I don't have to, which is kind of a thankful thing. Um, a um, I love all the quotes, because who doesn't love a good quote? And then I don't have to redo all that branding. I can spend my time doing something else and reloving what I did before. And speaking of, let's take a look at who we're spotlighting today. And if I recall, it is Martin Luther King Jr. Uh, and and of course, as soon as I did that, the whole thing went off, because it's live now and it's not going to show me the thumbnail, is it? It's not going to show me that thumbnail, I don't think. Let me see if I can pull it up over here. There you go. See, it's on my other computer. This is my laptop, and I've got the desktop over there, trying to figure out where the files are. Are they on the laptop? Are they on the desktop? Are they in the cloud? Mac problems. And of course, then there's all the iPhones and the iPads and all that goodness. Let's see if I can pull it up over here. Basically, to paraphrase, because I might have to paraphrase, is that what King is saying is that, uh, greatness can be greatness can be overhyped, right? We think that we can't be enough until we're superlative. Like, it's like way crazy for us to even feel like we're not. Well, it's going to have what I did yesterday. Is it going to have show what I'm doing now? It should say, but is it going to? That is the question. Yeah, I can't find it. Shoots. Well, you can read it on the thumbnail. Um, we all can't be Martin Luther King Jr. We all can't be famous. But when we look at, I think nowadays with the 24/7 paparazzi, social media stuff. If it wasn't the paparazzi, now it's the selfies with the social media. We're getting a glimpse of fame uh, that we realize it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's not even uh, it's not what it's cracked up to be. All those different all the things, right? What is important is, day-to-day life, right? Is doing something that is meaningful to you in a way that is uh, makes you feel competent and useful. That seems to be the two things that the intersection for me, the competence and the usefulness. Now to get there, you have to go through hot messes. So I'm all about the hot mess, but I'm also about the iteration. So you want to uh, you have to embrace your flaws. You got to embrace whatever is not going great, whatever is not Photoshop presentable, uh, and then you just have to kind of make it better, you know. Cue the Paul McCartney, right? So with that, what is it that you guys like to take on in small doses and refine? Is there something that you guys like to do? There's so many things I like to do. It's almost overwhelming. Uh, but I find if I can take things in chunks, in the 10-minute chunks, then that, you know, if I meditate for 10 minutes, if I do yoga for 10 minutes, if I sip coffee for 10 minutes, if I talk to you guys for 10 minutes, if I work on a, a graphics in stencil or Canva or branding, if I can do that for 10 minutes here and there, eventually I'll have 100 of these 100 of these quotations, right? Eventually you get something, and eventually you get better. Uh, you do. You get better in spite of yourself, as long as you show up and you kind of do. And I know I said that my original version of this was kind of a writer's productivity thing on Twitter because that was the tool that we had available to us 7, 8 years ago. And now with the YouTube, we've got more and more possibilities. And now with all these new apps, we've got more possibilities. Uh, and that's exciting. And at the same time, it's kind of overwhelming. So what do? I take it chunk by chunk, just look at it little by little, and then I switch it up. Last night, I'd been sitting too long, so I was in a car accident. So I deal with chronic pain and injuries from that, even though that was 2013. It's it's going to get better as I do more yoga, as I do more things, as I take care of myself better. Uh, but it's still one of those things that you kind of have to always kind of keep on top of. And if I do things little by little, I've found that that is the best way to navigate that, plus the other things that I want to do, because there's so many things to do, right? And so, how do you create a lifestyle that's self sustaining, that's sustainable, and it doesn't drive you crazy, and it's something that you can age into. That's kind of the sweet spot of what I'm looking to do. And I'm interested in hearing about how you guys do it. So drop in the comments. If you're on the Facebook Chicory Chicks or Authorpreneur, uh, hit me up on a DM, or if we're friends on Instagram, let me know how it is that you deal with the changes of life. I have a dear friend of mine that I'm hoping to get on here once I get all the bugs worked out and actually have people coming on here with me. I think I have convinced her, possibly. Sabra, if you're out there, I'm talking about you. She's a poet, but due to circumstances and health issues and stuff like that, she's felt rather restricted lately. And I thought, well, shoot, if this can be a platform to help people that I know and love who are incredibly talented share their genius with other people over a cup of coffee, how cool would that be? And that would be enough just to do this. But of course, that's not all what I've got planned. These live streams are kind of meant as a teaser. So once we get things going, I will have guests on here, and it'll be a teaser for some bigger form content, longer form content that we can delve more deeply into particular subject matter. These are kind of broad catch-alls to get you intrigued. And if you want to tune in for more, then you've got that option. I also am. I also my goals is not to be have 1,000 bazillion followers just because I want to have Facebook ad revenue. My goal is to use this to connect with people who want other services that I have. But the goal of having, uh, you know, being that hitting all those marks with YouTube is that it gives me more tools to use. Like there's a tool in there that says I can do a fundraiser. So how cool would that be? So those are the kind of goals that I've got. What are the goals that you have? And can you break those down into 10-minute segments? And how does that look for you? And I am over my time. So I'm going to have to see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day. All right. See you later, peeps.